The Lakers are still going to be a playoff team, but they're not a championship team. And that's going to be the main difference. That's what we learned tonight. The Lakers are a good team and a playoff team, not a championship team. LeBron earlier on Bob Does Sports, he said he wakes up doubtful every day. And I promise you, this is not what LeBron wakes up for. To go out and get 50 balled by the Oklahoma City Thunder, that is not what LeBron wakes up for. And my bigger problem with it is LeBron looked like he had the most energy on the court tonight, outside of Vando, outside of Jared Vanderbilt. And we'll get to Jared Vanderbilt in a second because I got something I need to say about him. But LeBron waking up with the most energy on the court for the Lakers at 41 years old. I mean, I know that's what we expect from LeBron, but that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it at all. Luka, when your shot isn't falling, you've got to get to the rack. Luka has got to get to the rack, and his shot not falling, his three-pointer not falling earlier in the game, you can tell his body language gets bad. It's terrible. It's horrible. When his shot isn't falling, oh my goodness. Austin Reeves with 2 early back-to-back turnovers on a slip and roll from Luka. He was trying to get the ball to Luka, and oh my goodness. The turnovers are what killed us. We're down 12-1 and 12-5 at one point with the turnover ratio. That's not going to work. And I get it. OKC went out there and shot 50, 40, 90 tonight as a team. I don't know if they ended the game like that, but I know at one point they were shooting 50, 40, 90 as a team. And 9 times out of 10, when a team is shooting that well and everything is falling for them on their home court, you're not going to beat them. And I understand that, but we have to do something better. Second chance points, rebounds, those things aren't going to cut it. We need more energy from Ayton, need more energy from the rest of our bigs. Something has to give. And JJ Redick, let me say this. If Jake LaRavia isn't going to give you anything on offense, put Jared Vanderbilt in the game. And especially on a night like this when you're playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder. If Jake LaRavia is only going to provide you 6 points on offense and be a traffic cone essentially on defense, and we're going to get out rebounded, we're going to have a bunch of turnovers, and we're going to spend most of our night trying to figure out how to guard OKC, put Jared Vanderbilt in the game. You have a defensive answer on your bench. You have a rebounding answer on your bench in Jared Vanderbilt, who came out at the end of the game. And I understand it was in garbage time and he was playing with the most energy in garbage time, but he came out at the end of the game to prove a point. His stat line at the end of the game was better than Jake LaRavia's with less than half of the amount of time. At one point, Jared Vanderbilt had 2 less points in just the same amount of rebounds. He was in for like 5 minutes. Jake LaRavia had been in for 26 minutes. If that's the type of effort and the type of stuff that I'm going to get from Jake LaRavia, just give me Jared Vanderbilt. It makes no sense to keep relying on Jake LaRavia at this point, and especially when it comes playoff time. And I get it. Marcus Smart will be in for most of those minutes. But why are we starting Jake LaRavia? Why is he getting most of that burn? In a game like tonight, where you see how the game is flowing, you see what's going on. Jake LaRavia is not providing anything for you. He's a traffic cone on defense, and he's not scoring. Had 6 points up until the fourth quarter. Give me Vando. We're giving up plenty of second chance opportunities, giving up plenty of open looks in the lane, getting beat, getting pummeled in the lane. They're getting to the lane at will, just driving to the rack. And you're not getting anything from Ayton. Put Jared Vanderbilt in the game. And I know it seems like a simple answer, but if I'm playing with AR, Bron, and Luka, how much more offense do I need? At some point, we have to look at the defensive side of the ball and say, something isn't working. And I get it. We have been playing great defense up until that point, but defense was the name of the game tonight. Defense was the name of the game tonight. We figured out something on the offensive end as the game continued, as the game wore on. But by that point, we were already down 30 points. And another thing, we all know at this point in his career, at this point in the season, Luka is dealing with something. Luka is always dealing with something at this point. JJ Redick, we love you as a coach, but at some point you have to decide to save your guys from themselves. Save your guys from themselves. Luka Doncic, at that point, there was no need for him to be in the game. Austin Reeves, too. We're lucky that Austin Reeves didn't go down with a major injury. He was holding his hip and his back and all that. Why were they still in the game? Bron at 41, still in the game, down 30. I get you're trying to figure something out because that's a team that you potentially could see in the playoffs, but everybody's ailing with something. Bron is ailing with something. Luka obviously was grabbing at his hamstring. Had been grabbing at his hamstring for a couple games now. AR grabbing at his hip, grabbing at his back. Why are they still in the game? JJ Redick, you have to save your players from themselves. Otherwise, we're going to run into situations like we've run into tonight. Luka Doncic is going down with a hamstring injury. Luckily, we have 2 weeks before the NBA playoffs roll around. But hamstrings are tricky. What's to say that his hamstring is fully ready to go come 2 weeks from now? And on top of that, what's to say that if he is ready to go, that he's not going to be, you know what I'm saying, trying to work his way back? We don't have time for a ramp up. So if he misses the next 2 weeks, let's just say he's actually injured for another week, but then he needs a week to figure it out. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Luka Doncic was in overload. He's been averaging 49 and 9 and 10 or something like that for the past 13 games. Made a great push to get us into third in the West. Great. Thank you. But tonight wasn't our night. Tonight wasn't our night at all. Get them boys out of the game. There's no need for them to be in. None at all. This game was over before it ever started. At halftime, we should have been warming up the buses. Get on out of there. Get on out of there. There was no saving face that was going to happen. The score was going, the outcome was going to be the outcome. Bronny James. For all of the good that we talk about Bronny, tonight was the bad. Tonight was the bad. For everybody that says, why doesn't Bronny get rotational minutes? Bronny would probably be really good if he was getting rotational minutes, and he was not ready yet. Not ready yet. See, the problem is we watch him drop 26, watch him drop 30, whatever in the G. And so we say, man, for what we watching happen with this Lakers team, Bronny could be getting some minutes. And then Case and Wallace comes around and you're like, maybe he's not quite ready. And he wasn't ready. He wasn't. Case and Wallace just stealing the ball from him. Like stealing candy from a baby. Like stealing candy from a baby. And it was what it was. It is what it is. He's just not ready yet. He's not ready for that level of comp yet. He's not ready. Nonetheless, we need Marcus Smart back. Marcus Smart is the glue to this Lakers team. He holds this thing together. He holds this Lakers team together. Without Marcus Smart, you can tell that it's just not the same squad. When you get up to playing those top dogs in the league, you can tell that without Marcus Smart, this isn't the same team. Now, does Marcus Smart account for 30 points to shrink the gap tonight? No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Marcus Smart has never been that guy. Marcus Smart has never been that guy per se. But this is a totally different team without Marcus Smart. You got different guys trying to guard Shea, different guys trying to guard Jay Will. And it's not going to work. You need Marcus Smart back for the playoffs. You need him back. And another thing with the Luka situation, Luka now will probably miss the 65 game mark. He needs one more game. He needs one more game. And I think Ant is the same way. Both of them are going to miss the mark by one game for postseason awards. Luka and Ant are going to miss the mark for the 65 games. I don't know about any changes to that rule because I understand why it's in place. At the same time, this doesn't make it great. This doesn't make the rule feel great. When you have two of the top players in the league that are probably going to miss the 65 game mark, and so they're not going to be, a part of the offseason awards, the postseason awards, that doesn't make this rule feel great. That doesn't make this rule feel great at all. So we got to figure something out. The Lakers got to figure something out. JJ's still a good coach. This is still a good team. This is still a playoff team, just not a championship team. Just not a championship team. But we probably already knew that, right? I think we should have been clear on that front already before tonight. We should have been clear on that when they lost by 30 to OKC way back when. That's when we should have been clear that this is a playoff team, just not a championship team. But we're so quick to jump the gun. We're so quick to jump the gun because Luka had been carrying us through this great stretch, 40 points, and you got Brian talking about he's the head of the snake and we just have to follow his lead. Hey, man, all of that is cool. Everybody got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. And tonight when we got punched in the mouth, we didn't look like we had a plan at all. We didn't look like we had a plan at all. And frankly, there was no plan. There is no plan right now for the Lakers to go and beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. Not at all. I'm just glad that we have a good seed. We're going to be number 3. So we'll play somebody. We'll play one of those other teams, and we'll make it through round 1. Hell, probably make it through round 2, and we'll see what happens after that. We'll see what happens after that. But for now, as it stands right now, this is a playoff team, not a championship team. Listen, man, everybody like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, share with everybody. Share the pod, share the content. Follow the guys, follow the pod, Game Recognized Game. Follow us on all the socials, man. I'm out.